Hey, so I'm here actually to answer a very important question about, as you can see, MacBook Pro. Recently, actually today, someone asked my opinion about MacBooks. And which is fun, which is actually kind of weird because I didn't have much to say about it because I'm new to Apple products. I used to work at T-Mobile years ago, but I've always been into technology, and I know about devices and how these things work, and I've always liked certain things. But when it came to Apple, I just wasn't as quick to be drawn to it in that sense. So I guess this video ultimately is about what to expect coming from being a Windows user and then going into, it's kind of a big deal to switch your PC up. What to expect, going into Apple or MacBook. First of all, let me just say this is not a 2017 model. This is a 2013, and still it was a good investment for me. I've always been one to get things according to my need, and also according to my budget. And so this is something that I feel like that I could do. Once again, it's 2013, but as you can see, I'm going to give you a look at my particular computer, and you'll be able to see that I really got fortunate because this thing is darn near perfect. I have a Benza case on here also, so and I have it in dark gray. Let me just turn this to the side while I put the password back in. So what to expect? I think one of the biggest things that a person is going to notice right away when switching over to Apple is the biggest thing that you're going to notice is you're no longer going to have to fiddle with the startup disks of things as you're trying to add them onto your system. Whenever I would get a Windows PC, I'd always have to go and look through my large collection of CDs, DVDs, and materials to load my computer up and get it ready to be able to hold everything that I would like to do. And I really kind of like the fact that that's not something that I have to worry about at all. It's so simple to me to go from Windows to Apple that I wasn't even perceiving how easy the transition was going to be. Because when you use Windows for years, like how I did, you just go through so many steps and it's so natural. You think about setting up your computer and you think about you just making time because in your mind, it's going to take you a while to get everything that you want on this particular computer. And I don't know why, but I was thinking that might actually be possible with this. And I was surprised to find out that it was nothing like that. Also, the other variable is before I got the MacBook, just a month or so before, I switched my phone too. So another thing that you will notice, the second thing that you will absolutely notice for sure is if you have an iPhone. I have the iPhone 8. I did not do the X. For whatever reason, I wasn't drawn to it. And me coming from being an Android user and LG loyal was a big deal because I follow LG, the LG device from LG 2. I had the 2, I had the 3, I skipped the 3 and came back and got the 5. No, I had the 3, correction. I skipped the 4. I skipped LG 4. Then I upgraded to LG 5. and then I upgraded to LG6, and then out of nowhere, it just finally hit me. I was just thinking, you know what? I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to switch gears and see if there would be any difference in my productivity. I can get very much so caught up in a lot of tasks, multitasking, and with Windows, I could find that that was something that was wasting my time or making me feel overwhelmed. If I had to if I wanted to work on a project, I'd always be thinking about what all will I need to begin it on this PC, you know, on this particular laptop. What programs will I have to install and uninstall? What would I have to look for and not look for, and things like that. It was always something in excess keeping me from being able to do it. And that's one big thing that I noticed that when it comes to this particular, you'll notice right away, is I don't have to think about that. Like, so I don't know if anyone else had that experience, but for me, I didn't have to think about any of what I was going to have to do to start this thing up, because everything takes place in the App Store, just like with your phone. You're just looking for an app and then you install it. So it's just like really problem free, especially if you are forgetful like me. I'm really forgetful. I can forget all kind of stuff. Like, I could sit something down for 5 or 10 minutes and to forget exactly where I put it. It took me 30 minutes to find it. Things like that. So I'm very forgetful. And this makes it so much easier to not always be looking for things that are supposed to be installed. So that might be one thing that might also help you guys. I'm also as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot more simple at what I like to use. So I like to keep everything minimal. And as you can see, that even includes what I have so far. I don't even really know if I'll be installing a whole lot, as much as I'll be making what I do install work for me in productivity and work for me in connection with just keeping things minimal, just to keep it organized. So that's another thing that I'm kind of leaning towards, mostly because I want to be more organized. So that's always in my mind. How can I keep this? How can I make this more simple? How can I, make this so much more of a simple system or a simple concept that a baby could do it, or that a little kid could do it. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So I'm kind of hoping that some of the things that I discussed, the seamlessness when you have an Apple phone, this is like I said, it's an extraordinary difference. Like, even when you have like an Android device and a Windows computer or whatever computer, it's always like, it takes so much time, or you got to go through so many other steps to get your phone to connect to your PC. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but some people can relate to what I'm saying. But in connection with having an iPhone with a MacBook computer, one of the big things that you'll notice is how much time you cut as soon as you plug as soon as you put your USB cord in to your PC and into your phone, it automatically starts updating every single thing that you've done to your phone, if your settings are for that, onto your PC, cutting time tremendously and getting caught up in, like, you can immediately straight away go to being productive. I really, really, really have a value for it now. Now that I'm kind of older, I just kind of don't like to waste as much time. I kind of like to jump around and multitask and be busy, but not waste a lot of time on getting started, thinking about how I'm going to begin to be busy. So if you're considering Apple, after for years being, a Windows user or whatever like that, I'll say this: the entire feel, even of Apple products, is totally different from any other devices that I've used. They feel so much more cleaner. The design quality feels so much more durable, strong, and just like a very intense focus on developing it. It just does not feel, at all on any level plastic, or on any level, it just doesn't feel like that. Am I saying that it's better or worse? you know, am I saying that it's better than other devices that have that are out there? No, I'm not saying that, but I'm definitely saying that you will notice a more minimal, clean design, sharper areas in right away. You'll just notice it straight away, even in connection with the phones. And this, like I said, once again, if you're coming from Android or if you're coming from Windows, you will for sure 100% you will notice how much more simple it is to begin to just work on something just by being able to just install the app, go into your app store, install the app, and then just immediately begin to work. It'll just be so much more easier than it was with the other systems. If you find this video helpful, if you like it, feel free to, you know, hit the like button, leave me a comment. I'm not all appled out in my office. I like variety, and once again, I'm a nerd, but I don't like, you know, I really like technology, but I don't like it in, I don't have to have a lot of it. I just like to have certain things and options on certain things because I like music. That's obviously why you see so many ways to listen to music with the UE Boom here and also there. And then also, just in case, I really like this little JBL speaker. This thing is pretty cool too because I think this is like the 2. What I like about this is this has a little auxiliary. And so just in case you didn't get a chance to charge it, you can kind of still plug this thing up and have that kind of going for you and cut time. You don't have to worry about charging it up. It's ready to go. Power Beats 3, which a lot of times I'll work with this if I just want to kind of feel closed in and close out the outside noise and work. I'll shut myself up in some headphones. For the most part, you know, I hope this helps somebody. I'll leave, I mean, you know, this is kind of just pretty much what I got so far. This is what I use on my daily. I'll leave the links in the description for anybody that, I mean, if you're curious about some of this stuff, if you want to look for it. I know this is the clip, like the 2. It's not even like the 3. This is JBL clip 2, UE Boom 2, 1 and 1. And this is the LG, which I really like this tablet. I wanted to get an iPad, but I'm finding that it does still fit into my life, having all the Android Access apps. This is like an LG 8 something plus or something like that. I'll read the title again and I'll leave the link in the description if you're interested in this. I like this because it's really a lot more simple than I thought it would be. And even though it's smaller than what originally I wanted, I think I was going to do like another iPad. I just didn't end up doing it. So I like this too. Maybe one day I'll go more in depth as to why I like the LG. But for right now, you know, this little LG pad is pretty cool. And it turned out to be really good for portability. So far, so good. But yeah, once again, if you're thinking about switching over to MacBook, just know that it's going to be a game changer in connection with how much time you spend using it. You'll be able to go straight away into using it. It shouldn't take a lot of time to get this thing set up, and then you'll be up and running. Take care. Have a good day.